everybody. Welcome back to the Small Business Edge video tip of the week. I'm your host, Brian Moran, CEO of Small Business Edge. This week, I want to talk to you about two things: commitment and discipline. Now, if you remember in last week's video, we talked about strategic goal and GPS planning. A strategic goal, where you want to be on December 31st. A GPS plan, how you're going to get from where you are today to where you want to be on December 31st. And as I said, the more detailed the plan, the better your chances are for success, as long as you treat it as a living, breathing document and you don't put it away until November. Well, also in that video, I talked about the secret sauce to success, which is actually made up of three ingredients: commitment, discipline, and accountability. And what I want to do this week is tackle the first two, commitment and discipline. And next week, I'll talk about accountability. But I have talked to thousands and thousands of successful entrepreneurs and business owners over the years. And what I have found is that the majority of them who were successful, and they weren't always successful, said that the commitment and the discipline that they devoted and dedicated to that goal that they achieved was the reason that they were successful. So, there's a big difference between being committed to a goal and being motivated by it. Now, we all make goals, lofty goals that we want to achieve, at the end of the year. It's a better place. Oh, I'd love to hit that magical $1 million mark, right, in revenue at the end of this year. It's a lofty goal if, you did $600,000-$700,000 this year. But as we know, we're in uncharted territory in 2022. So are you going to have the commitment to that goal when things start to go sideways? Maybe you lose a piece of business. Maybe a partnership falls apart. Maybe your growth plans get stalled because you didn't get the financing you need. It's at that time when you're going to be tested. And you're going to say, was I motivated to hit that magic number, or am I committed to it? Because when you're committed to it, you'll find a way, right? And if you're just motivated by it, you'll give up and you'll lower that number. The second part is the discipline, right? And I love this quote by Admiral James Stockdale, who's a prisoner of war in Vietnam. And when he came home, he was interviewed in James Collins' book, Good to Great. And Collins asked him how he was able to survive all the years in captivity during the war, and his response became the Stockdale paradox. So let me share it with you today. Admiral Stockdale said, "You must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end, which you cannot afford to lose, with the discipline that you're going to need to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality, whatever they may be." Now think about his situation, and for him to come up with that quote. He knew that his survival was based on discipline. Everybody has faith, right? Everybody has faith that they'll succeed or that they'll prevail. And as Collins said, as Stockdale said, you can't afford to lose that. That's important because sometimes that's all you have, the faith that you'll prevail in the end. But you can never give up the discipline that you're going to need to get through whatever uncharted territory you're going through this year. Right? You're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to find a way. You're going to have to double down on your work efforts. That's what the discipline means. You're committed to your goal and you have the discipline to do what is necessary in order to achieve it. No obstacle is big enough for you. So that's my tip for you for this week. Make sure that when you set your goals and you put your GPS plan together, that you have the discipline and the commitment, not just the faith and the motivation, to make sure that you achieve those goals. I want you to come back next week because I'm going to talk to you about the third ingredient, which is accountability. Until then, I'm Brian Moran, CEO of Small Business Edge, and I hope you have a productive and efficient work week. Take care, everybody.